Oh, naturally. I mean, fight for the orbs. In the early round, this is what we saw from TENSTAR before. Sliicyy loves to go in there with the flashes, take over control of Bath. This time, though, things have not gone her way. Noia and Jupi quickly taking those frags. Raina goes through the teleporter and leaves Ninou in a bit of a tough spot, not able to escape. This is a clean enough round coming out of Rix, and short of a massive clutch from Nelo, we'll be seeing the pistol go to the defenders.
It's not only that, it's definitely a counter strat. I mean, you obviously know that if they're going to be playing with the race on this map, probably early hookah control is what they're going to go for. The movement is also very smart here, and only Nelo here to fight against 4 is going to be, yeah, extremely tough. But it's not only that. They knew that they were going to go, as I said, for the orb on showers. That was pretty well countered. They timed the flash perfectly, so it's a really good start for Riggs, obviously, on this map that they, I mean, I wouldn't say desperately need, but I would say they need at least this 2 rounds to give them a little bit of space working on 2 and against TENSTAR's attack.
I'll be honest with you, when you lose 13-3 on the first map, getting a pistol round win is possibly more important than a pistol has ever been, just on the mentality side. And this is an interesting Viper wall put down right away. Are you feeling the same thing I am? A little bathroom push with a Sage wall to try and cover a plant?
Yeah, probably. Okay, there comes the wall. They want to prioritize on those orbs as well. And Sliicyyy's going to be, not thin enough to fit through that gap. And the orb is going to go for Riggs. It's beautifully played. They're given enough space. They can think what they're going for in this round. The rotations are already coming over. But Claw is taking hookah control little by little.
Yeah, I like this idea. They're telegraphing that it's an A play, but leaving Cloud to try and cause a distraction. Now, she shut off a couple of bullets and didn't manage to find a target. But now she'll be rotating around to group up with Nelo and make this mid-split happen. The way that they've set it up looks like it should be a 5-man bathroom push, maybe 4 with Cloud lurking. They probably won't, or they normally wouldn't expect this sort of mid-play to come through. In fact, TENSTAR rotating all the way around to play 4 players through middle. This could be dangerous. Luckily, Jupi starts to run away.
Yeah, and it's not only that. They have the timer for also the Viper wall is just gone down, so they need to wait for the recharge. Beware of Sliicyy here with the portable operator. But yeah, the movement is perfect.
So the opportunity to teleport is there, but Kla's already found the opening. They're going to commit to this. Padge catching Kla off, but now trapped in the corner. Dash already burned up, and that's going to be an easy kill. Lots of damage being done here by TENSTAR, and they're going to get a plant out. This is pretty much a perfect scenario for what is a very low buy round. Out of the attackers, they now have a good chance to win it, and it gets even better with Noia falling. Raina, big whiff, leaving Sonya alone, pulling it into a 1v1, but can't get the reload. That is the second round for TENSTAR. They come in with practically nothing, and they walk out with an even scoreline.
And that is amazing. I mean, the beginning of the round was perfectly played by Riggs, and also I was kind of scared of the timings, but also counted with the brimstone and all those smokes, and you can go for the easier, classiest plant, knowing that they do not have the enough utility to stop you from doing it, and also playing around all the smokes and all the ways that you have to divide the map. Beautifully played by TENSTAR, also winning those euros. And as you mentioned, they even had the option to take the TP if they didn't find enough comfort on that side. That is going to put Riggs in this low buy situation. And again, a triple push onto A short right now, but they're not going to find anything.
You know, I look at these plays, the way things are going down, and I got to say, top 10 teams can learn a lot from TENSTAR. That's for damn sure. And I mean that because they play clean, calculating, and they're not throwing away advantages. You look at what happened in the pistol there. Every single step was calculated, was thought through. Nelo, close to having the Viper's Pit online already. They have made quick work. Like, look at this round. They have the flank covered, even though they're versus pistols. They're pushing the B side together. They're making sure they can trade, and then they've got Nelo watching their back in case the push comes through on 8. Like, I love it. It's genuinely, this has me smiling cheek to cheek.
And it's not only that, as I mentioned, that the rotations on this map, obviously, as it's a smaller, are faster. So the fact that Nelo was on the back, just not only taking the kills, but she also managed to get her ultimate if they want to play around that on next round. That it's a lot of controllers, a lot of smokes, and this is going to be over. Okay. Yeah.
A little bit of damage. It's, to be honest, Kla's probably okay with that, getting the extra.
They know that that Viper's Pit is there. Are they going to play around that and just play passive until they do it? Ooh, it's going to be an aggression on B-Long.
Oh yeah, they are coming down here looking for Ninou, who's just tucked in the closed corner. Spacing not quite there, so she can reset the spray and take them both down. That is gorgeous. And now 5 versus 3. TENSTAR can take their sweet time.
It's not only that, she also has the orbital strike to play around. The spike is almost at the spawn still, but they have all the room and obviously the man advantage to just choose whatever they want to do and play around. And Sliicyy is just going to be here preventing the pushes to come from the back. So they're pretty much set up.
Yeah, literally everything is covered for them right now. There's a little bit of a gap down A mid they're going to have to be conscious of, but that's what they said.
Sliicyy just going for it. It's just going for it. She's just going for it.
Flashed behind the wall, ran through, and they had no idea. Oh, TENSTAR. So nice to watch these guys play. 3-1 we go. Ricks need a response. They've got to figure this one out pretty damn quickly, because looking at how the last map went, and again, all the context we've painted of that TENSTAR didn't play, that they still 13-3'd.
Gotcha.
Sure, it's still early days on Bind, but here it doesn't feel that way.
I don't know if Noia had actually like clear. I don't know, but like because there's no reason for you to dry pick. I don't know if they used that flash early on to gather a little bit of information of what's happening on B long. Maybe you want to take that you know, surprise factor of we're not going to be here, we're not using utility here. But the read from Ninou was perfect, and obviously the shots.
Oh, the shots were very perfect. Yeah, they were clean. Little deep nade going down. Noia's gonna have to back off. Gives Cloud the room to take some space, and now look ready for the re-aggression to come out.
Oh, they should be expecting this one. Oh,
Now we're cooking.
okay.
Ninou's on fire today. Is this some beautiful shots being hit? They've got that same wall to get them out of bathroom. Now they can drop the wall, take the fight. Ooh, that was risky. That was close. Oopsie daisies. There we go. Last bullet. It all works out.
Oh, okay, Sonia.
She hasn't just ran through a smoke and no-scoped that player.
No, I think
not.
she scoped. She quick scoped.
Quick scoping.
Yeah,
Oh my
I think
god.
so.
Well, it's 2 marshals left, so yeah, I guess they got to just pull out the quick scopes for the rest of the round. Again, you're not expecting to win this.
That was
It's just
close.
about damage. And Padge, even a haircut there to Nelo. Now she's got a teammate to help her out, and so many close shots, but nothing delivered. TENSTAR, they've built up so much money. They've got all their ults pretty much on.
Spawn. No movement from them, even though they're in a 4v5, and all the utility still on TENSTAR's hands. Sonia's gonna gather maybe a little bit of information here, but they're backing off.
I like that it's gone through the TP. If it went through mid, that would be so much fake info. Instead, they're still going to commit the rotate around. Look at this. Astra on her way towards B. Orbital strike comes in. Padge just on the edge of it. Not able to find the kill.
That's just perfect
but
from
then
Padge.
follows up. Good job by Ninou, though. They need to deal with Padge on the backside. She is still roaming around, and with 10 seconds left, there is practically no time. They're running over to the other side of the map through the teleporter, and Class just about going to get the spike down. One away from, after the plans, one away from Showstopper. Things could get pretty scary for Rick still.
Oh, and it's so good that she actually managed to pull that Roomba and get that info. She also heard the double TP. She's gonna find the first one. Oh, thank God the Raina was there. That was really close. It's going to be the second one from Riggs, and I love the fact we saw it yesterday. One of TENSTAR's plan was to use that orbital strike onto Lamps, and the fact that Padge was already playing around that, being like, okay, I know exactly where I have to be to prevent that push. That is literally just reading into them and what they were doing yesterday. So this is a well-deserved second round for them.
Oh, yeah. I have to say, looking at that situation, the spacing was so important inside hookah, and that's an element that we saw Rick's kind of slip up on earlier on in the B long push that they played, where they went around and allowed Ninou to just mow them down. This time around, the trade was easily found, and like we said, you know, 1 second later on that peak, Kla makes it away, 1v2 with a showstopper, and it's Kla. All of a sudden, that's a lost round.
Yeah, I'll be pretty damn scared. Still have 3 ultimates to play around here. Really going for the or for LiriLia, just forcing that. Oh, that's perfect.
Jupi made the same push in the previous round. Sliicyy wasn't even expecting her to be close by. Once that teleport came through as well, they knew they were in trouble.
It's not only that, it's also the fact that Noia took the TP, so you're like, okay, where do I look? To my front or my back? Oh.
How did Padge not... Was she tucked in on the box?
Oh. Again, Kla on her own.
Use the slow orb as a tracer, essentially. Spray back through it. I like it. The Kla's on her own, sure, but has that showstopper, as we said. And this is where spacing is going to be more important in a different way. Ricks need to stay spread out, so they can't just get completely destroyed by this. The drone, the flashes, everything is just looking for Kla, trying to detect her. And she has been spotted on the backside, even tagged up as well. This is going to be so difficult. No idea where all these players are coming from. And good connection on the Noia. But Sonya closes the round. Another on the board for Rix at last.
I love the fact that even if it was even being a 1v3, they still use their utility. First the flash. We do not get the info. We still have the drone to use. There is no need for us to, drop a little bit more on our economy. There's no need for us to dry pick onto Kla, especially as we were mentioning. It is Kla. She has a showstopper. She gets one. She can probably connect the other two because she's just a star. So really well respected. And that's the third one for Riggs. I mean, it was a tough start, but it looks like they're bouncing back.
Oh, it definitely does. Full ultimates online now as well. That could be a big difference maker. Padge already going out to try and find something. The Boombot chasing her down. She needs to run and only barely makes it away. The Boombot even exploded. Hunter's Fury, one connection. LiriLia in trouble, but it's not going to find her. Showstopper comes out. All the ults are being used here, but TENSTAR don't quite get what they wanted from it. They're going onto the site, sure. Sliicyy way further ahead than the rest of the team. She's already in their spawn, sneaking all the way through. This is a nasty play.
Oh, and the rotations coming in. The plant is probably going to be easy, but look at Jupi's placing right here.
I mean, I'm more so worried about Sliicyy sat in their spawn. That's going to be so tough for them to actually rotate. Yupi's going to be late to the party a little bit. 50 seconds left on the clock as TENSTAR still haven't moved out of bat. They're waiting for that flank to come to completion. Nelo's already caught Sonya, and here's Sliicyy having walked all the way through spawn, catching them off. Jupi's flank only good for the one. And, well, Noia's made it somewhat doable. With Seekers online, maybe she can isolate these fights in a 1 versus 2.
Yeah, she's going to be expecting Sliicyy there because they have the info. They heard her. So now it's only a matter of time. Is she going to clear window there? Because she's only 49 HP. This is a tough one. Definitely doable. One flash available now. Yeah.
Perfect. It's blinded them, but it doesn't really give the information on where they are. You can see Noia's still concerned about somebody coming over through lamps. She's been spotted now. Good kill onto LiriLia, and has a good idea where this final player is. Flash gonna catch her, but she's able to go down, tap it, swing wide, and almost get away with the clutch. A great attempt by Noia, but in the end, TENSTAR push up to 5.
Yeah, but rounds are getting closer and closer and closer, and this is what I love to see. The adaptation is there. She also granted that that information on where Sliicyy was playing. That was surprising to me. That could have gone either way. This could perfectly be the 4-4 on the score. Love that fact, but still not enough from Riggs, but they get in there.
Look how close this was on that spray down. She was 49 HP. If Noia had 150, that was an easy win.
Yeah. Yeah.
These things happen. 5-3. TENSTAR looking very good.
Padge is going for the aggression and used her ultimate on the previous round. Now she's going to be playing with that Marshall, and she's not going to have it available. It was a very expensive round from both teams. We saw a lot of ultimates, and Padge is going to have a tough one. Oh, Sliicyy. Oh, okay. I was like, there is no way that TENSTAR is going to just give up an orb if it's on the floor.
So TENSTAR's been very conscious about the flanks before, but this time no one's looking behind them. They are solely focused right in front where 2 players are baiting them in. Padge even just found a kill, but look at the 3 coming up behind. They're walking up long as we speak, and it looks like TENSTAR have absolutely no read on that. Finally, someone's going to go and check it, and Sliicyy's just seen practically the whole team. Now, they can look to fight Jupi in towards spawn. That's exactly what they do. Great adaptation from TENSTAR, realizing that their back is now exposed. They've managed to trade out still, though. Rick's coming in with just pistols, and they're in a spot where they can reasonably win this. In fact, Sonya's even going to get healed up, so it's going to be a relatively even fight.
Yeah, and I love the fact that Cloud was like, okay, I got their back, but then she got the call from Ninou being like, no, you need to help me here because I'm going to plant, and I'm going to plan for CT. I'm just going to do it as fast as I can so we get that ground back from us. And the Seekers are going to come from Noia. You want to spot exactly where they are, and they're going to be pretty close up together. Let's see how this duel goes.
Okay, the second spray didn't quite work out there, so Claw's still going to be detected down below, but they don't know about Ninou on top, and it looks like they're not even going to check it, but Ninou whiffs it! Class now all alone, a 1v2 to try and win out. Time is on her side,
Oh
but the
my
players
God.
are everywhere. No escape for Kla as Sonya
That
hunts
was
her
so
down.
good.
And Rix get 4 on the board. What an incredible retake out of them, and a great thrifty round.
And it was, again, Noia and Sonya using their utility perfectly to just make a sandwich out of Kla and being like, okay, you cannot look right, you cannot look left. What are you going to do? Because you're either going to be spotted or flashed, or why not both? Beautiful late round by Rix. The investment was there, obviously coming from Noia and the Seekers, but it was well enough when they found that first kill onto Ninou. Very good stuff coming from Rix.
Sonya's had a tough couple of games.
And it was a
you know?
thrifty, am I wrong?
It was a thrifty, yes,
Yeah.
indeed. They just had pistols to play with. And, you know,
And
looking
a
at
triple
Sonya,
push. Something that the TENSTAR should have known.
I mean, they checked it every other time, right? They were ready for it actually on the last round where we saw Rix have pistols. That was where we saw Nelo, or maybe 2 rounds ago, 2 ecos ago, Nelo caught them flanking, right? In the position the Cloud currently is in, and managed to find a 3k spray down. And this time around, no one's checking it. Sliicyy goes back, and there's basically a sheriff being held to her head as she walks around Belong. As a big surprise and a huge round out of Sonya, who's now actually top fragging for the Rick side, despite having a couple of pretty rough maps from what we've seen since yesterday.
Yeah, it's not only that. Nelo actually got the Viper Spit on that round. She hasn't used it ever since. Even though it was like third round, it could have been a difference maker. And Sonya, no!
Good little bait spot. Sonya did connect it onto LiriLia, right? She was spraying at the player further back and then gets peeked up close. Very difficult to adjust that quickly. The TP's coming through.
Oh.
That's interesting that they've used the Viper's Pit. That's actually locking the players that TP through back completely out. They're going to get the spike down eventually, but with Nelo falling, their whole idea of cutting off those rotates sort of falls apart. And again, we need Kla to make a big clutch, and not just a 1v3, but sort of 2 1v3s because they got the res. Is that kind of a 1v4? I don't know what you even call that.
Yeah, but there is going to be a tough one, and it has to be Noia because she has the flash. She can also use... Yeah.
They're not using it! Oh, they didn't use it! That scared me a lot.
I mean, they had to go with the
running
timing
out
of the
on the
flash. You cannot use everything at once. It is another one that goes for Rix, and we need to talk about what happened with that Viper Spit. Literally just pointing it out, but the fact that they both took the TP onto B, just committing to what was going on there, knowing that they literally have no information of whatsoever. They're going to probably be playing a little bit more passive. And Padge is going to go for the pick onto B long. That's probably going to be just it.
I do wonder, you know, first of all, I like the idea of the timeout to discuss exactly how much they want to spend. And with just these Spectres, oh, nice bait, but it's being checked. And a judge has actually lost the fight in Hookah. Mark your calendars. Today is the day that the judge was bested.
Wow. I mean, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan. Again, Sliicyy is going to take the orb. Kla is also going to get her ultimate just granted by that kill. And the rotations are coming in. Padge has all the control over B-Long. It's not only that, she also has the star. She only needs to call Raina. Exactly. Is that oh, she's retrieving it. You don't really want to smoke
that deep on this kind of play when you
yeah,
get
but
Padge.
if she doesn't get the...
If she doesn't have it back, then Padge is kind of stuck. That's the problem, right? And well, never mind any of the smokes or dashes or whatever. She's just been hit by a rocket, and that will ruin your day pretty quickly.
Oh, no. The slow is going to play against her. No.
Just completely
oh my god, and
trapped.
Kla's going to be spotted as well. She's going to get the heal, but it's not going to be enough. She does have the close quarter. And LiriLia on her back, so okay, I'm not complaining.
It did ruin the element of surprise they were going for, but it still works. It actually almost works as a bait. They go around to kill Kla, and instead, they meet the operator of LiriLia. The problem is on side here. Ninou's in a bit of a tough spot. Let's support way back. Sort of an off-brand post plant from Nelo. They're running. They're going to go save these weapons. TENSTAR, this is the benefit of just tucking in. If this is a matchmaking game, TENSTAR lose this because everyone's peeking individually, right? As soon as that kill comes in from LiriLia, the first one, everyone's like, oh, I'm going to go hunt some kills. They run at them, they die, and all of a sudden Rix can go for it. But right here, TENSTAR just tucked in, they turtled, and they said, hey, we're not giving you any opportunities. They got a 6th round because of it.
Yeah, but it's actually been tough ones for them. Rix was actually getting the grip of what was going on, and also it's not only that you want to save those weapons, you're probably gonna have money to buy on this last round. It's also the fact that LiriLia is so close to having that resurrection again. She's only 2 orbs away. She's not going to go for the operator apparently. I was actually liking it, but you know, having a Sage and an operator maybe is too much to ask. Let's see how they do on this last round. They're gonna go for the same control, but it should be LiriLia just getting the orb.
Sliicyy loves to fight for this control. We said it right at the start. You painted the picture in round number 1, and I think we've seen Sliicyy go here like 9 times out of 10.
Oh, that is ballsy. That is just ballsy.
Second time we've seen her caught with an ability in hand.
Oh, the fact that she lost the duel. Now she cannot use the rest, and it's only going to be Nelo. Oh.
It's a disaster. Absolute disaster around. I mean, we saw it with the Seekers, right? Just a couple rounds ago. Same thing here, get one kill. And the thing is, Ricks have been double peeking it. And it has been Jupi and Sonya who go for that fight together. So very weird to not read into that little bit of a slip up, a hiccup. And that puts them at even 6-6 by the time that we close out the half.
I'm really happy with this result because I feel like it portrays both these teams, okay? You have all the aggression and all the planning coming from TENSTAR, but the fact that Ricks has adapted so well onto it, you were just mentioning it. What was happening on Showers, again and again, like, how about, like, because Sliicyy is such a smart player, she should have read into this, being like, okay, you know that I'm gonna go for it, this is extremely ballsy. Like, especially when you have LiriLia just backing you, just wait for a little bit until she gets the orb so she can actually take advantage of your utility. If you get pushed, there's nothing you can do. Maybe LiriLia had got the kill there and then put the rest. Still is creating so many opportunities for Ricks to just keep countering what you're trying to do.
This pistol round, let's see what the play is out of TENSTAR. Looking for a lot of aggression out of Hookah at the start. They're in a little bit of trouble. The pressure really being applied by Ricks. Pushing up through mid, they've already got the long control. TENSTAR need to find something. They've got to hold out. And it looks like they've held out for long enough that Ricks are starting to reconsider their options.
Yeah, I'm surprised actually because, I mean, they know that Ninou's playing there. They've been stopped by that. But they actually fallen onto TENSTAR play of being, you know, of taking the control that they wanted. Just giving some reinforcements onto Hookah. The read is good. I mean, Nelo's shoulder peeking. And LiriLia just waiting for the call, being like, oh, they're coming.
Here we go, steps hurt. LiriLia now knows, but the drone's coming in. It's going to clear the corner.
Oh,
I'm
no.
not even sure that that did, but hey, LiriLia shot off. Gave it away. I mean, why wouldn't you? You're assuming that they're going to clear the corners with a drone. 3 versus 4, TENSTAR. Oh
God.
Sliicyy's just running at her. Just sending it fully into Noia. They flash each other.
Don't you just love a
Noia
classic?
that comes out on top.
Don't you just love a classic? It's just so random and beautiful at the same time. I loved Sliicyyy's movement there, though. The fact that she got the kill and went running straight back to B to help Claw.
The recon, the pull, they know Claw's here. Easy kill Sonya around the side. Leaving Nelo all alone with 22 HP left to play with. This round might just be done and dusted in favor of Ricks. They know exactly where she is, and the worst part is they can triple peek it.
And they also know that she's low HP. That's because of those many right clicks that we see on this round. Yeah, a matter of time. And this is also very different from what we saw on Ascent, because Ricks got actually both pistols on this occasion, while on Ascent it was TENSTAR getting both of them. So that means a lot, especially since they were playing around the map in a more efficient way. So this is going to be probably the 6-8, and I am not mad about it at all. I mean, we thought that Ascent was going to be an easy one for Ricks, and this was going to be an easy one for TENSTAR.
That's why you don't listen to any of us.
Yeah. I mean, stats don't lie, but maybe they do.
But maybe they do. Yeah, exactly. I like that. The TENSTAR have got sheriffs here. You know, you're calling it as an 8-6. I feel like you've been pretty bad for the caster's curse so far. You should probably slow it down on that one. I have a feeling something's about to happen. And they went for a full TP play with 4 players. They found nothing. They've lost the sight.
Screwed the wall, not intentionally.
Oh no, that's a 300 IQ wall. It's okay.
Okay, I trust it.
It fakes them out because they jump out the window and then they slip on the ice and they fall over onto the floor. See? Big brain. I don't know what Raina was thinking there, but that was not the right call. Jumping up mid with a knife out. Easy kill and a little bit of an upgrade, but getting outside of Hookah is just going to be way too tough for TENSTAR. It should be.
You're doing it again. You're doing it again, Mitch.
Should be way too tough for them to get out. I don't know why they're killing everybody with sheriffs. 2 versus 4. Sonya's down on the backside. So is Noia. They've won it. They've won the round. Kaquka, you're not allowed to say any round is going to a team. You're not allowed to do it anymore. We're banning you.
No. This was your...
Hours again and again that has seen this aggression coming out of both teams. TENSTAR sending the operator in the hands of LiriLia to try and catch them off, and Padge is just way too quick.
And what is going to be the response from Nelo here? Because she doesn't have the utility to cover herself up. I mean, she can stop one of the pushes using that snake bite. She's going to be tagged by the drone, though, and she's... Oh, Sonya.
Shock dart.
Oh.
Very nice. 60 HP remaining on Nelo. There's the showstopper from Clan. Nade right after. Sure, Raina's going to get the kill, but look at that from Nelo. Tucked in on Bath. Wow. A double kill and a lot of control now to play with Raina. In a little bit of trouble. She walked through it just the right time. Nelo spraying at her as she's already crossed the barrier to a different dimension. Raina coming out of that round with 3 kills. What a fantastic recovery of a fumbled start to the round. It is 11-8.
Completely, and I'm glad to see the replay here because we thought that Clan could have some control over what was going on to mid, but that cosmic divide, even with Nelo finding these 2 kills here, the awareness from Raina and how to play around her utility shown off completely, and she was just able to just go in and out, even knowing that the Seekers were coming after you. You know exactly when and where to stop, especially when you have Noia on the back of you. That's just beautiful. Great stuff.
Really impressed on both ends. LiriLia trying to get a wall up there. I like that for the aggressive peek on mid, but it's going to be locked off a little bit, broken right away. So
and look at this Viper's wall. You know, they've been using it to cover both Garden and Hookah, but now they've decided to just go for B-Long. We play a little bit around it, and they're not fighting for shower control anymore.
They're pushing all the way. In fact, the wall's not even up. Noia reloads after the first. Whoa, okay. That's a decision that's going to haunt her for quite a while.
Now LiriLia is going to be on her own onto B, but the aggression is coming.
Oh, so close. Ninou barely surviving, can be healed up now as well. There's the res coming out of Jupi. An expensive ultimate to go through for what was a little bit of a mistake, but that's the benefit of having a Sage on your side. You can make those mistakes and not be punished all too heavily.
And now, since they're heading towards B, also Noia popping her ult. Huge investment, though. There's 3 ultimates. Still no control with the site.
1-for-1 trades. The flash confirms there's no one close, but already they're running out onto the site and being torn apart. LiriLia won't stand a chance, and Noia, despite going down after the first kill, still comes out with 3 more, thanks to that res.
I'm sorry for the Madre Mia, so the fact that Cloud just you know, she just got out of CTB and like, you know, I'm just here, I'm just gonna walk on side, don't mind me, and the fact that the Freaks had all the control towards Garden. Another round for them, extremely close, and if they win this round, TENSTAR is not gonna have money or much for it for the next one, so that is a pretty scary spot for them. I love the utility usage. I love you know, the ballsiness of just going with the Seekers and just keep pushing and just finding the angles that favor you the most. Again, it's sounding pretty stunned that they do not want the early control anymore. They want to know if TENSTAR is gonna go for the push.
You have to be aware as well that, you know, that previous round, if you don't have a res online, it plays out very, very differently. Not just because it was Noia that got the other 3 kills, the 4K overall in the round, but you lose your flashes. You lose your Trailblazer. You lose your ability to enter into that site anywhere near as efficiently as they did. And
wow.
That's just not
nasty.
okay.
That's just
not allowed. You can't be doing that, Noia. 1 tap through the smoke. How frustrating must that be for Ninou with Cla falling too? The A side is under threat as well. LiriLia catches an off angle, but also catches a bullet to the head. And TENSTAR are behind. It's 11-9. This could be the scoreline basically equalized up on, unless there's a hero, and it has to be Nelo, but pretty much because Sliicyy's 45 HP.
And she's also going to be pretty late for the party. Padge is covering her teammates. Okay, this duel is everything. Okay.
There we go. It's doable. Flash is going to go out. Peek right after from Nelo, presumably. But not able to find the kill, and Noia even eliminates Sliicyy. Noia's been on fire, but now she burns down at the last second. And Nelo follows through for all three. A defuse coming in, and out of the clutches of defeat, TENSTAR take that round, push up to 12, and now they only need one more to close out the second map to take a 2-0 lead in the grand finals. And the best part, kaquka, they can't even lose in regulation anymore. The worst case scenario for TENSTAR is an OT.
Is an overtime, or are we going to get there? I mean, the round started so good for Riggs. Noia just finding that very lucky kill, being like, are they actually pushing me? And playing so smart, being like, I'm not gonna just go for a duel that does not favor me. You were actually mentioning, we saw Sliicyy just using the flash, and Nelo not peeking, but actually finding those duels and getting the kill. The fact that she backed, waiting for someone to be pushing her on lamps. So smart, you know. I would probably just, myself, I would have taken more time on probably using some utility on my back to make sure that I'm not being pushed. But great start nonetheless. And now TENSTAR is actually going for the timeout. It's very important to close the game here for them.
I always like this as well. When you see a team that reaches that 12-9 scoreline, the 12 to whatever, right? They're on the map point. And they take the pause, because it can be so easy to get swept up in the fact that, hey, just one more, you know? You can let it slip. You can be too focused on the fact that you need this round to win and start to overthink things. This is where you need to take that pause, sit back and say, hey, look, we got this. It's all good. Also, they do need to talk a little bit about how to distribute that economy, because they're not exactly in a great spot in terms of hardware. Look at Ninou playing with a Spectre, and LiriLia going to be doing exactly the same.
Yeah. Little by little, and it's going to be that Viper spit. Do the best for them, but obviously it's going to prevent Riggs from getting the Orb easily. And we've seen the last, I would say, 3 or 4 rounds, Riggs playing a lot of standard at the beginning of the round, as I said, waiting for the push. TENSTAR is not falling onto that again. They had done it a couple of rounds, didn't get the result that they expected, so they're just waiting for Riggs to actually want to execute here. And Clap, difference maker. Is she going to be it this round?
We shall see. I mean, the thing is, you know, Class felt kind of quiet in the last, I would say, this half. But the rest of the team is making up for it. That's
completely,
again, what we said about TENSTAR and the depth that they have on this lineup. It doesn't just have to be one player showing up, and it seems to be a different one every single round.
Smoke's down.
And Sonia and Sonia on defense, but Noia here on the attack. She's being disgusting in the best way.
Oh yeah, she's been spectacular. I like this Molly drop down below, trying to catch out the timing of Riggs as they look to push in through. You got to slow with a nade that lands perfectly in the middle of it, and now they look to push. Every bit of utility being thrown out. TENSTAR content with just playing in for a retake, letting them burn up all their util on the push initially. Now they won't have a lot to work with for post plant.
That could have been the kill onto LiriLia, and they were actually, as you were saying, just trying to get all the utility usage only from them for the enemy team. Oh!
Good control, great push out of Riggs. They manage to gain elbow, and they're holding on to sight. Kla, you asked the question, would she be the difference maker? Well, she might well need to be now in a 1v4, and Jupi will deal with both of those final players. 12-10 we go. Riggs will hold on for a little bit longer. They need to push this to OT.
And I love the stuff coming from Riggs. I think this is actually going to be, if I'm not in the wrong, a low buy from TENSTAR. We're really getting close to that OT. And it's the fact that you have Nelo using that Viper ultimate onto showers, and the fact that you just do not put more presence onto B, or your response to that late attack. We saw it in a matter of like 6 seconds. We saw like maybe 10 different pieces of utility being thrown, but smokes, slows, flashes, a little bit of everything to gain control of B. And instead of just playing completely around that, I'm gonna shut up and just wait and see what this.
Are they gonna just, they're running through it? Well, that's not worked very well. I appreciate it though in a pistol, right? You got to take risks sometimes. You got to roll the dice, see if you can come up with something good. But right here, they just get mowed down. Good play by Riggs to just hold, not walk into it, not give those opportunities away. Now they've only got Sliicyy and Ninou to deal with.
Yeah, and they go for the safest plan. Jupi getting it easily, and yeah. I mean, I'm gonna say it. This is going to be the 11th from Riggs. Ninou's gonna find the first, but she's not going to find the second one. Okay?
I'm gonna be honest. If she clutches this now after you saying that, you're not allowed to cast the next map.
Okay.
I think that's fair.
We can call Tom.
Okay, no, never mind. I take it back.
We can call Sue.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
Sue would
Okay.
do amazing. Yeah.
Let's call her up. Get her in here. That's gonna be a save out of Ninou.
Yeah. She's gonna just look for the save. 11th one from Riggs, and you mentioned this about taking risk on this pistol round, but knowing especially that Riggs is going for a very standard playstyle, especially at the beginning of the round, I would have maybe decided to push onto showers, somewhere that TENSTAR just loves, and maybe not dry picking, you know, outside of the smoke. Because if you're gonna play around the smoke, maybe put a Sliicyy there as well and just pop flash and just go for it. Just a little bit of insight there, and let's see if we actually go to OT. I am not gonna say anything about it. See what TENSTAR does. If they want to be aggressive, if they want to be passive, how are Riggs gonna read into that? Because they have three ultimates to play around. Two of them, Sonya is having a great day. Raina as well. She proved it with that previous Cosmic Divide and what she did onto A. That I'm actually looking at the pings on the map, I'm pretty scared about that. She's placing the stars, and that could be where they decide to end. And if Sonya attacks someone here, she's gonna use her ultimate, and that could be everything that they need to start this round.
Oh, I heard it fire. I guess it did find a tag because the Hunter's Fury is searching for someone. Not finding anything. That's going to be tough. Cosmic Divide, though, now completely isolating Ninou. She is in big trouble, tucked over towards Bath. And the Recon, not going to reveal her. Look at that. Good move to walk on in. Flash through, but it's not going to do much. The Seeker coming into return. Slow them down a little bit. That Star now. Oh, it's on this side. Oh, maybe it was going to be used to try pull them through the wall, but in fact, it's just a smoke.
Well,
Here comes the more aggressive utility.
That is extremely ballsy. The fact that you have the smoke on your face and you decide to go into Astral form.
Oh, it's so smart! Raina walking in past the flash. I love it. And it works out, at least to start with. Ninou and Nelo having to clutch it all out. Never realized how well their names rhymed before. Nelo with the first on to Padge. Now they need to tap that defuse, pull them out into open combat, spray through the smoke comes in. Actually, they're running because the mollies blocked them off completely. Nelo inside the smoke is caught by Jupi, and overtime is found. Ricks somehow make this comeback, and now we're gonna run it back once more.
Listen, do you remember how Jupi was so insane at clutches yesterday? If she wouldn't have gone for that kill with 6 HP, this would have been it for TENSTAR, because who was there left? I feel Noia took the TP, so actually she didn't have enough time to run. Oh my god.
I'm still...
And get the kill if they started defusing.
I'm still hung up on Raina pushing in, because if they don't res there, if that's just like somebody walking through to follow up on the flash, Raina gets that kill, probably kills Skye as well. She knows exactly where she is, right? Just spray transfers. Obviously got caught up with the res coming through, but it was so smart to use the smoke knowing that they would flash out and try to take that control themselves, so she gets ahead of it and gives herself a way to fight back against the flash.
And you were mentioning that the fact that Cloud was not popping off on defense, just, I mean, it's just got us used to something that you cannot do every single game. And the fact that she actually pushed that Cosmic Divide and put herself in that situation. Let's see if it's time for redemption.
Oh, little tag up there, 75 HP left. Good nade, though, returns the same onto Raina. Gonna have to be careful a second. 75 HP and being vulnerable, I mean, you don't want to get taken down by the first bullet coming your way. Oh, what? Sliicyy ended up on top of the wall. That was completely accidental. Ninou with the panic and ends up following through onto Jupi. That's just a ludicrous round between Ninou caught with the molly out, between Sliicyy randomly being on top of a wall, dropping off of it, and then finding the player close to her. That's ridiculous. Sonya, the last alive, and what an unfortunate way for this one to evolve for the Rick side. They've put up such a good fight, but now they need a huge clutch to take it to 13-12, and
oh my god, stop!
Oh god. Solo ulted. The worst way to go.
I think she almost ulted onto her. Like, why not? You know, just getting the kill. It's amazing because actually Rick's got that first pick, but the way that TENSTAR responded, not only with the utility, but also with the movement, and seeing a Sliicyy that's like, okay, I'm just gonna keep pushing. Even if you wall, we're just gonna break and take advantage of all our utility. We're just gonna explode really fast. And even though there was 4 of them defending on the late run on that B side, it was enough for TENSTAR. Now, are they going to be able manage and get this defense round? Because based on what Riggs has been doing on attack, it could be a tough one. I like the fact that they're not pushing, but LiriLia is actually going for the orb just in case she gets a couple more kills. She can actually bring someone back to battle.
They just flashed outside of B long, and I don't think they blinded anybody.
Nope.
No way for us to know for certain, but it looked like Ricks were playing perfectly. Jupi was hiding around the corner waiting for that flash, peeked out afterwards to maybe try catch them pushing, and now they should have really good timing. They've put a lot of stars down and pulled them back. It's a big fake. A lot of noise being made outside the A site. This is where they want to try to bait one of these TENSTAR players into peeking on long. There it is, but there's nothing found on the back of it. Ninou delivering huge damage and getting out, but Sliicyy isn't so lucky.
Yeah, it's perfect. It's exactly what you were mentioning about the flashes and the fake info that they were gathering. They were moving right around it, and about the timings of it. Ninou's going to use the same molly to prevent that push from happening, and the rotations are going to come, but they're kind of slow as all the stars are falling into place.
Here goes the wall to get them across. Ricks should be able to find a plant out of this one. And obviously with it being overtime, there's not really any ultimates to play with to pull TENSTAR back into it. 1-for-1 trades, not enough at this point. They need to find an opening. And with everybody coming in through spawn, there's no notion of a flank being, you know, that big difference maker.
Yeah, Ricks is just going to play it safe.
I like that approach a lot.
Yeah. That's what they have to do.
I mean, that wall buys them a little bit of time. They have to deal with Padge, first of all. That's going to be very easy, you would have thought. LiriLia turning on to Sonya as well. All of a sudden, it's a 1v1 res coming in from LiriLia, having got the orb in the early round, but they don't know where Jupi is. She is still undetected, and time is getting very, very low. She's going to go out and try to deny that. They're still sticking it. Does she think they pulled off of it? Okay, there we go. And now there's no time left. LiriLia will get the kill, but lose the round. 13-13. Another overtime secured for Ricks.
I cannot believe it. Oh, timing. I mean, it's exactly what we were mentioning. We love the approach of just playing it passive. You know exactly how to play that round safe. And it's not a round that you want to lose. LiriLia getting that orb at the beginning of the round, granting also the rest. But the fact that she didn't manage to find this kill, and the fact that she decides to cover from the left instead of from the right.
It was a gamble, right? Either way. Though it was very unlikely with the amount of time they had left. It was a 2v4.
You're either open or you're closed. Oh.
It was a strange situation, but I will say it looked like Ricks should have won that round, and they did, so it's not the end of the world. The start of this one, though, pretty poor again. I like that Ricks are constantly looking for a different way to approach this. Like, we haven't seen that for a while, the double push out of hookah, but they were more than ready for it on the other side.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I was listening to production, whatever you said. I did not hear you. I'm very sorry. I was listening to MitchMan's awesome voice and looking for the looking at this plant.
Well, you know, I'm looking at TENSTAR now and thinking, they've got the plan, they've got the control. This is the exact same situation we just saw Ricks in, but in reverse. Thing is, Ricks have got 3 players to work with. As they look to push on out, they need to the trades aren't even good enough. They need to force some fights is the first problem they're going to face, because TENSTAR are on a hard post plant.
Yeah, but they're already using the utility towards it, and Raina here. Okay, I was going to find the refrag.
Look, the thing is, they have so much utility. They're just forcing these guys out again and again. Snake bites, mollies, everything's going down. And now, 1 player left to defuse. Jupi on the other side of the coin now. It's to feel what it's like to be the one frantically trying to defuse while you get taken down. 14-13 we go. TENSTAR again on map point. Again, not series point. It's a best of 5. But this will put them just 1 away from victory if they can find this round here.
Yeah, and they want to give them a little bit a taste of their own medicine. Getting those first 2 kills just made B look a lot more easier, and just playing a lot for post plan is what you can do definitely when you have the Viper, when you have the Brimstone, you even have the Race if you want even some more damage added into that. Are they going to be successful on this defense, because they've been very lucky defending this bind. They do take, they do the same early round. They took a little bit of B long. They take the orb. And again, Ricks is going to go towards B. Now, the rotations are being a little bit faster this time from TENSTAR.
I like the flash used up just to get them control. They have plenty of time here. on the Rick side, but it looks like they're upping the pace. Already jumping out, dashing out. Yupi finding the first kill. Ninou traded out on backside. They're starting to fall apart here on this defensive side yet again. Even with the return from LiriLia, it seems like every kill that TENSTAR find, Ricks are ready to trade it back immediately.
That's perfect. That is perfect from Raina. Just not only the smoke, but even if you try to push it, you're gonna get sucked and just forced into a duel that you do not want to take. Not gonna lie, Nelo. Gonna try and find these kills. And also Sonya just using the drone to gather the info that they need.
Yeah, that drone's sticking around quite a while as well. Even a second tag on Nelo.
Oh my.
Won't really be able to find any space. I mean, look, they have so many angles to clear out. Ricks are just turtling and playing this perfectly, letting Padge try to go out for the flank. Easy kill, and now the round is done and dusted. Another overtime secured on Pine. We're on round number 29 now, kicking it off. And look, we saw a very even first half, 6-6. They've been even look at how the first pistol went down. Ricks won it and immediately lost the second round.
Yeah, you cannot even do more. Ricks gets the pistol, then TENSTAR wins the next one. Somehow they just managed to do it on both occasions. Now 14-14. What is going on with these attacks? How are they so good at it? They obviously have the means to play for post plan, but the movement and you know also the fact that I think that in that exact round, TENSTAR did have an opportunity to not be so aggressive. And I know that they probably had some PTSD coming from the previous round, not managing to find to actually retake on site on time, but still, you know, going by one, it's too much of a coin flip.
The way Kla keeps isolating these fights, so we've seen it again and again. Nades and boombots used for the right side clear, and then the peek in for left. Ricks haven't been able to hold control of Hookah, whether they've pushed out, sat inside, or just given it up for retake. It's always come back to bite them. This time, they've actually dealt with Kla, now putting themselves up on a man advantage. Could this be the defensive round finally found for Ricks? It looks like it will. Noia showing up in the nick of time, dropping the spike, and Sliicyy has to clutch it all. Doesn't even suspect that Noia will be in the close corner. 15-14, and for the first time, Ricks could now win the map.
Yeah, exactly. They're so close, and if they get this map, I'm actually going to be so happy because they've learned and adapted so much to what TENSTAR is doing. They're not allowing Cloud to be this shining star, just opening up all the space that she wants. They just managed to get the first kill, but the response and the way that Noia, Raina, and Sonya are playing, it's just crazy.
Now, this is beautiful Valorant coming out, and I have to say, Noia, as an individual, has been insane. The way she stepped up in this map in particular, blowing my mind. 15-14, one away from victory. Ricks now on their attack, where they've found success again and again. TENSTAR feeling the pressure.
I am scared. Everything's just worked out so well onto B, and they're actually gonna play Pleiades standard. Oh no!
Oh, LiriLia up on top of her wall, able to catch them from above.
Girl,
a 3K already. She is going off right now with Jupi and Sonya left to try and make it happen. LiriLia is just killing everybody. 4 kills under her belt, and TENSTAR have struggled on the defense, but I wouldn't even say they won that round. LiriLia won it all by herself.
Oh my god, the fact that they decided to go A on this round, they'd be like, okay, we have so many fights on to B already, especially on this overtime. I feel like almost every round has been there but one. So they decided, okay, let's go A. Let's do a classical push. Let's just grant the plan and just play for post plan. We cover our backs, but you know, LiriLia just had different plans. I wonder why this didn't happen before, because it was a great performance, but it's mostly about the positioning and being aware of the utility and the way that Ricks is playing. Looks like TENSTAR is going to go again for B. Why not? As you were mentioning, Class, they're managing to find and isolating these players onto Hookah, getting those first kills. Looks like Raina doesn't have the same plans for this round.
I'm not surprised to see Ricks avoiding the Hookah area. We've talked about it plenty of times, how little success has been there for that defensive side. And so this time they opt to just put so much utility on top of it.
And they're actually gonna walk back. It's gonna be Class staying onto Hookah. Little by little. 30 rounds already played on this bind, and still these girls can surprise us with their playstyle. They're gonna find this wall onto... Oh, it's actually breaking. They don't even have to worry about that. Padge here. It's gonna have a tough task ahead.
Yeah, wall up again just for the plant. Now, the thing is, Class still lurking inside of Hookah. They've cleared out B-Long completely. In fact, they're already initiating a flank, and Claw has just been spotted. That's unfortunate. Great recon out of Sonya, catching her up behind that smoke.
So smart.
Now we end up in a 5v4. And as I said, the flank underway, not ready for a second player to be there. Padge even has Raina coming up behind to help as well. Surely they don't expect Raina at this point. Never mind. Ninou's looking at it. Got it locked down. Orbital strike on the back of that kill. And that, not only is it going to damage them, it's going to delay them. That's the most important part. It is running the clock down. They have to be so quick in jumping back onto this side, and Ninou shuts them down with a 3K. The defense crumbles. Are keeping things very similar to what Rix had. But Rix had a very tough time holding it when it came down to this Hookah control in the same manner that TENSTAR are currently holding on. No one from Rix moving forward, though. They're not going to get aggressive. The Trailblazer spotting out Padge in the corner, nade to clear it out. It's just going to be utility taken out of the hands of their opponents.
They did manage to clear a little bit of a... There is that Viper wall that could play against them, but it's not going to be LiriLia just like the previous round to prevent that plan from happening, and it's actually going to be Jupi. This is going to be 5v5. She did it before. It's just to make sure that no one is going to shoot you.
Yeah, they're trying to bait, though. You see, like, the slow orb goes out and Padge starts to push forward. They want Ninou to come out of bathroom and take that fight.
God.
Look at this timing, Padge.
This is everything.
Easy double spray down. Padge completely ruins TENSTAR on this one. Rix needed something like this to slingshot them into the lead of the round. Kla coming on the side, not able to get it done. Sliicyy's all alone now, and it looks like we're going to run it back
What is
yet
happening?
again.
Okay, it's not done. She does have a little bit of utility, so she's probably gonna find this. Never mind, it doesn't matter if you're flashed apparently, because Sonya decides to close the round, and it's 16-16, another overtime. What is going on?
Now, I know Tom's watching, right? So, Tom, I'm gonna ask you a question. Was it bind? It was, wasn't it? The map that we did, it went like 44 rounds or something like that.
It was bind.
Yeah. I don't know what it is about bind.
But I remember.
It used to be Haven. Haven was always the map that was like OT, OT, OT. And for some reason recently, teams have been really on equal footing when it comes to bind. The interesting thing here is that it's not like what we normally see for like both teams suck on one side. So like the attackers win 9 rounds and then they swap sides and the other team wins 9 rounds and it's very boring. We're having a constant flip-flop of, I mean, that obviously we've had them win attack sides again and again and again in OT, then the defense sides, they both win. And it's really interesting the way that it's not going in a more conventional OT manner.
Also, Rix with that timeout, they got exactly what they wanted. And let's see what TENSTAR does here. We see some more resistance from Rix onto B. But that Viper wall is probably going to grant them the space that they want on A. Still, 40 seconds have gone by and they have not decided what they want to do. This is so tough. And again, I would be so tired already. I would be like, literally, I do not have anything else to do on this map. Like, I don't know what to do.
I feel that after one half of Valorant, to be honest. Never mind the whole thing. My brain can't keep up with it. Playing. Well, my aim can't keep up with it is the #1 problem. Smoke's going down on the A side. They're going to gain a little bit of control here. Walling off the TP as well. That's an interesting call from LiriLia. Sliicyy and Kla opening it up. They get the trades. They're able to get the plant down now as well.
Are they? They're really looking towards what's happening on the other side of the smokes. That's just coming in.
Why does Ninou plant? Kla just 2 away from ulti? And it seems like giving her the plant would have been the play. There's a player in the close corner. They're clearing it still. This is a tough and awkward fight. Raina, knowing there's another one up close, goes out with the classic in hand, swapping over weapons. 11 bullets in the mag, but Kla shuts them down. Showstopper now online, and Padge needs to do something here. Has the dash, baits it out. Beautiful stuff from Padge, but time is too low. She needs to get on it right now and bait Kla into a fight. Wants to get it halfway. Cloudburst about to fade, but Padge connects the shot around for Rick. 17-16. I've never seen a shot like that. Now, Rick's 1 away from closing this out yet again. That could be the wind in their sails.
Yo, Mitch, I'm sweating. No joke, I'm sweating. I have my AC on since the beginning of the map, and now I am sweating. What was that? What's going on? Only 2 bullets, only 1 chance because of the time, as you were mentioning, to get that shot, but she did it. And she's been such a... And this is what I'm telling you. It always comes to the 1v1. These rounds are extremely close. Jesus Christ. Do you think Rix is going to close it here? Don't answer.
mean,
Don't
after
answer,
that-
Mitch. Don't answer.
I'll tell you what, I won't say they will or they won't, but the momentum that you
Wow.
gain after a clutch like that is unbelievable. And there we go, connecting the first kill. It's Kla that falls. This is going to be a man advantage for Rix. Look, they don't feel like they need to make a response on the back of that. They don't feel like they need to do something quickly. Rix are taking their time now and feeling out the rest of this map. Ball's in their court.
Now they know that there's at least 2 players on A, obviously, but just because of that wall and Nelo using her utility. Oh, this is probably gonna be. I'm not saying anything. Not saying anything.
Don't say
They're
that.
just running around the map, maybe thinking that B is going to be easier now that they put that pressure onto A and the utility. All the stars coming from Raina.
It's a good read. It's a good read. They're just walking out here, easy wall down, and they know there's a player close, sure, but the plant can be secured. Noia getting dealt with. There's a lifeline for TENSTAR.
I'm not saying
At least
anything.
they found the one kill.
I'm
Look at
gonna
the
be
lurk
quiet.
coming
Mitch,
in.
you do this.
Look at this position from Sonya, literally just tucked in the corner, waiting for them to come on through. But Sonya can't get
I'm
the
not saying
shots
anything.
connected. Sliicyy has shut her down and left it into an even retake for TENSTAR. Plenty of damage taken by Sliicyy, sure, but a 3v3 nonetheless. The time is so low. This has to be a quick push out from TENSTAR. Ninou conscious of an elbow push, but the timing catches him off guard. Rix stepping one step closer to victory. The Cosmic Divide won't get them that much space. It's already halfway done. Padge up above. Delays a little bit more. And what? Sliicyy actually
No
connected
way,
and
no
the
way.
DP's going
Okay.
underway, but Raina comes out just in the nick of time